The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, fellas. Guys, Wednesday, July 28th, FOMC day, fellas. Leo, Mimi, Ray, Rich, Brian, great trading. Thank you. Welcome, Brian. Dave, good morning, guys. Rich, Deepak, Jeff, Brian, Steven, Jim in San Diego. Tim, you're first today. Good morning. Guys, very good morning. I hope you all had a great afternoon yesterday. Copper just went long again. Jeez. I think copper is just buy and hold. Buy and hold. Dwindling supplies, no new mines. Buy and hold. Guys, good morning. Fellas, also, if you're here on trial, good morning and welcome back. Becky, good morning and blessings to you. Welcome, Marco. Good morning. Jacques, John. Guys, couple of things. One, as you know, I'm running two bots at this time of day, NASDAQ and gold. There's the 8 o'clock bell. No trades yet this morning in my bots. Nothing in gold. Came on here. No trades yet in gold. We just missed this short by a candle. Live, Brian, or sim? If you tell me live, I may yodel. If you tell me live, I may yodel. Oh my God, I got to yodel. I can't do it. You got to do 10. Guys, for those of you that are in order flow, I have preached that if you want to learn to trade, actually trade, right? Order flow is the way to go. Bots are great. Bots, will do the job. But if you want to, learn to trade, it's order flow. Brian was in the last class, so he has completed his order flow class. And yesterday, trading order flow on his own, $8,000 live. 8,000 live. So for those of you that are in the current class, those of you that were in the first class or the second class, I hope you all are progressing. Once we get through the summer, I will be doing some follow-up meetings. John's bots, he's been running two bots, NQ and ES, 24 hours a day. He's up 575 overnight with 3 micros, running them 24 hours a day. One of the other members also has been running the ES 24 hours a day on the bot. And last week it did over 5,000. Now I have not, so I don't know, but I can test it. That'll be, I can do it over the weekend. I don't have time during the week to look at those numbers for 30 days. That's a lot of trades. In any event, we're here. Today is crude inventories at 10:30, as we know. We also have 2 o'clock announcement on interest rates. We know that they are not going to raise interest rates. What we are interested in is going to be what Powell says at 2:30. For my members, be on Skype this afternoon. I mean, there will be trades to do. I will be most focused on gold and, the ES and NQ, because that's where we're going to see, I'm sure, volatility. And as far as earnings go today, it's a big day. Amazon is not today, they're tomorrow. But today we have Facebook, which, we're interested in, obviously. I'm interested in Qualcomm, another chip, right? I'm interested in Qualcomm. Back in the day, going back into the late 90s, early 2000, well, really late 90s, this was, for those of you guys that have made staggering sums of money on stocks like Amazon and Google and Baidu and all of these other high flyers, this was the high flyer in the 90s. This was my baby right there. So I still follow Qualcomm. I'm interested in seeing what they do today. Not interested in Xilinx. Don't really care. But Facebook, yesterday's earnings, back in the 90s, man. Yesterday's earnings, everybody beat and blew them away. Google crushed. Google crushed. Just crushed earnings. Starbucks beat big. Also gave upward forward guidance. Microsoft also beat. So everybody, I mean, they're all beating. Apple beat. 50% increase in iPhone sales. I have never owned an Apple product in my life. I've never owned a Mac. I've never owned an iPhone. I am a Samsung guy. But everybody beat. So we have a couple of big ones left. We have Facebook today, and then tomorrow we'll have Amazon. And that's really going to be the end of the five horsemen, right? But we do have today at 2:30. We do have Fed Chair Powell. Yeah, I'm not an Apple guy. Listen, there are two things that I am. There are three things that I stand for. Marco, I stand for my flag. I'm morally and ethically opposed to Apple and Tesla. Those three things you can count on. It's kind of a joke, fellas, so I hope you're laughing. Yeah, I'm not a turn it. You've got to turn it on manually, Leo. It doesn't turn itself on and off. The bot does not turn itself on and off. You can leave it on 24 hours a day. It just will not trade in those time frames. Because George, when I did the link, I apparently goofed and did 8 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. But I have changed it, it's been changed as it has today, and you got an updated email that said the webinar has been changed to 8 a.m. You'll get one for tomorrow. You'll get one for Friday. The good news is, one, Joel put the link in the member area, so you guys can now get the member link or the room link. And two, this is the last week of the link, and I promise you not to make that mistake again. For my trials, I just want to show you an additional benefit to being in the room, which is we have a member Skype, okay? We have a member Skype. And when we're not in the room, I will put trades in the room. Good morning, Magnus. Yesterday at 12:50. Now, let me say for the record, I've said this before. I don't care where anybody lives. I do not care if you live in Australia, California, Chicago, Denmark. I don't care where you live. When I post a time, it is always going to be Eastern Standard Time. Period. The end. Okay. One of the guys questioned me yesterday and said, "Oh, no, that was not a, wow." I don't care where you live. This trade I put in at 12:50, and it fired long at 118. Long NASDAQ 860. Stop 825. Targets were 886, 911, 936 from 860. Every target was hit. Okay? 118, fellas, is when the trade fired. Not 918 because you live in California, not 12 o'clock at night because you live in Denmark. It filled at 118 Eastern Standard Time, and there was no pullback. Okay? So if you are a trial member, just because we've closed the room at 11, and when we get into the fall it'll be 11:30 for sure, sometimes a little later. It doesn't mean we're necessarily done trading, right? If I see something, I don't care if it's at 8 o'clock at night. Now in the summer I tend to pay less attention to the markets at 6 o'clock, again, Eastern, when the Globex session opens. But I do put trades in, evening trades, overnight trades. Oftentimes I'm up at 4 a.m., 4:15 a.m. for the most part, and I'm looking at the markets. If I see something, that will be in member Skype. In any event, guys, we're here. Let me read the disclaimer. And we'll get on with it. As usual, I have to find it. I'm in bed at 9:30, tops, sometimes 9:15. By the end of the day, I'm pretty, especially in the summer, I spend a lot of time outside, Paul, at the pool. So I'm pretty ragged out by 9:15, 9:30 for sure. U.S. government required disclaimer. Futures and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. This website is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed on the website. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. CFTC Rule 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Since trades have not been executed, results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. Last but not least, the fact that I may or may not be in a trade does not lend more or less credence to any trade. Please trade according to your own accounts, and please trade according to your tolerance for risk. I bring that up because yesterday we had two very big trades in the NASDAQ. One was up over 600, one was up over 900. Neither of those trades went to target that I have, that I had seen or identified. Okay. In no way, shape, or form, especially if you're trading smaller accounts, should you guys ever not be taking risk off or allow those types of trades to go to a loss, ever. Now, I try to give you guys, direction as to what I'm seeing. But trade according to your accounts, guys. Ticks are good. Greed is not. Let's see what we got working here today. Markets bounced back nicely yesterday. They closed down, but they bounced back nicely. Currently, Dow futures up. I'll give them the 1 point. Dow futures are up 1 and now 2 points. Woohoo! 3 points. It's clicking right along. S&P is up 2 points. NASDAQ's up 46. Russell is up 12. Russell's getting a bounce off of yesterday's thrashing. VIX futures basically flat at 2073, and VIX cash down 2.2%. Morning, hubba hubba. Guys, here is another thing that y'all need to consider, okay? I think most of us have probably traded through an FOMC before. If you have not, and in either scenario, the markets will probably be slow and choppy today, okay? That is typical of FOMC. Gold in particular, which will be greatly affected by whatever Jay Powell has to say at 2:30 in his press conference, right? So if he says anything about tapering, interest rate hikes, dot plot is accelerating, 7 are for raising rates in 2023, whatever the end of 2022, whatever the case may be, more on board early 2022, that will affect gold. Consequently, if you're running robots today, you can expect anything that is affected by the buck to be affected. So gold will probably be, in my opinion, sloppy and choppy. If you are trading a gold robot, do so at your own peril. Now, for all I know, we get a 50 handle move in gold, this morning. I have no way of knowing. What I do know is, historically speaking, FOMC is rather slow. Now, tomorrow and Friday, we should have a decent, very decent trade. We'll have direction. Today, no one knows what the heck this guy's going to say about bond cutbacks or bond purchases, etc. Right? So you can expect small ranges in gold if you're trading the bot. Small first targets, probably 10, 11, 12, 13 ticks. There's not much volatility in gold. We'll take a look at it in a second. And you can also probably expect that most of the trades will be losing trades. Okay, so I'm forewarning you so that if the bot had, if you're trading gold, especially, it's probably not a great day to trade gold. Order flow may be different, but remember, the bots are more trend following. They're not catching bottoms or selling tops. They're following a trend. If the trend turns up, it's going to take it. But if it's flat, and I'm going to run them. I am running gold. We also have crude inventory today, and typically crude trades sloppy on crude days. If you look at my crude chart, what you should notice is, since last night at 6 p.m. when the markets opened at 71.95, we are roughly 20 ticks higher. Anybody see any range? 69 is the low. There's no range here. What we want to see when we look at, this is an expansion of our deviations. Like here, we push this third standard deviation out and we bounce all the way back up to the third standard on top, right? From yesterday morning or yesterday afternoon at 12:41, a low of 71.11, all the way back up to the top at 72.59. We're just in the middle of that range, and there's not much range. So if you're trading crude, probably going to be a sloppy trade as well. Right? So as traders, one, you should all have a news service. You do not need to have, I use Trade the News, which is $185 a month, but I'm listening to Squawk all day while I'm, running the room. So I get the news immediately. But you should at least have a free service so that you guys are aware of what news may affect what you're doing, right? That said, NASDAQ volume is high. We're about 20,000 contracts higher than our average when we come in the morning. We're at about almost 90,000 contracts. 65 is about average, okay? We do currently have almost 2,000 net buyers in the overnight session. Gold volume is low, slow volume. And we have 320 net sellers. So we have low volume in gold and small net selling. So again, gold robot may not be a great trade today. Crude, decent volume, 2,000 net buyers, very small range. Okay. Copper apparently is going to Pluto. Small net sellers, insignificant, wouldn't even pay attention to that. ES has 2,600 net sellers, sitting basically just above VWAP. Silver, actually net buying in silver, low volume. DAX had minuscule volume, 53, 52 net sellers. Again, FOMC, guys. And the euro has buyers, dollar index. You can see the range. There's no range in the dollar. I think gold is a great long-term investment. I'd like to see it come back to 1760, 50 area. Once this large infrastructure deal comes through, that will pummel the dollar, I would think. And gold should be a great buy. At this point, I'm not a gold bug. NASDAQ, new day high. No way I'm touching it here. And it is pre-market, guys. So taking a look at stocks in the pre-market, Apple down $1.14, Facebook up 580. They should beat. Snap killed it. I would be shocked if Facebook misses. Tesla's down 26 cents. Roku is up 463. Netflix flat. Nvidia up $1.19. Baidu up 527. Google up 44 bucks. Starbucks down $4, it looks like. Yeah, 416. Snap up 22 cents. Peloton up 64, Shop up 27.62, Zoom flat, Amazon up 16.60, Baba up 3.59, CMG flat, Chipotle flat. Reddit kids not making any money. AMC down 39 cents, GameStop down 2.54. BlackBerry up 12 cents, Workhorse up 19 cents, Riot up 2.44, Clove down 2 cents, Woof up 4 cents, Rocket Mortgage down 4 cents, Wish up 7. These kids are just going to get crushed. Anybody read the Reddit? Anybody read Reddit? Wall Street Bets? And these kids live in utter denial. I can go back. Let me check. Let me check volume in gold. Let's see. Yeah, 41,000. The volume in gold, guys, is still in August. I rolled, but the volume is in August. So if you have rolled gold, you may want to change it back. Thank you, Alistar. Thank you. I will be trading August gold. I'll check it again tomorrow. Let me change my bot. I don't know that that's going to change anything. No, I still would have had. I still would not have had any trades. No, nothing's changed. In any event, guys, this is going to be like the military. We're going to hurry up and wait. There's nothing for me to do here. I would expect. Let's see what the NASDAQ can do. The NASDAQ on a 15-minute chart looks good, guys. We could trade back 130. That's exactly right, Don. Want to make a small fortune in Reddit? Start with a large one. So Again, I just want to remind you all, if you are running the gold bot, today is FOMC, and these trades could all be a disaster. Okay? I'm prepared for it. So this is going long in 48 seconds. NASDAQ is going to trade up to 15,043, maybe 35. I am not buying highs of the day. Not happening. If you guys wish to, you can. Your stop needs to be 88. Entry is 8, 9. Your stop is 88. 21 handles. We do have volume. And if I miss a trade, I miss a trade. But that's your trade if you're interested. Here we go. 1. Here's your entry on the gold. Why did that not fire a trade?
Order filled.
All right, guys.
Trim year-over-year 2.6%.
I don't know why that.
For the Canada CPI data.
All right, that's on. I'm just checking my bots. I don't know why that. There we go.
The June advanced good trade balance for the.
I don't even know that this can go the 8 ticks. I don't even know that this can go 8 ticks. Seriously. I don't think you're missing much, Brad. You could always manually enter a trade. Anybody take NASDAQ at 8.9? Anybody take it NASDAQ 8.9? If anybody is in that NASDAQ trade, let me know because I'll monitor your stop. Yeah, you're on your own, buddy. You don't need me. One tick from target. Oh, hit target, no fill. How's that? Hit target, 0 fill.
Target filled.
There we go. Target filled. A whopping 8 ticks. You can see there is no volatility in gold. None. There will be today. That I can promise you. Morning, James. You get target 1, Ray? Guys, as a reminder, if you're running the ES bot, I changed target 1 to 1.0 ES, 15-minute bot. Target 1, 1.0. Although all the targets were hit yesterday, the initial move, here is the ES yesterday, right? The initial move, all these targets were hit. If you guys would have, left bots on, you would have gotten third target at 11:45, 45 minutes after I closed the room, 60 ticks, right? But that first move down at 1.5 did not get to target. The volatility is too low right now. So I just shallowed target one. Yeah, nothing's changed there, Paul. Nothing's changed there. Just target one because of the volatility. Now, when we get into the fall, we may be more interested in going back to 1.5. But based on current volatility, on the ES especially, which trades very technically, there's just not enough there for me. You're welcome, James. Yeah, yesterday was a great trade. Depending on how you guys traded it out. I am out, fellas. I told you, this is going to be a day of dink and dunk, dink and dunk, dink and dunk. There's just not much here in gold. Crude as well, you can see it. But if you guys took ticks, there wouldn't have been a losing trade all day. That's why, again, I stress, trade according to your accounts. At least on the first trade, may have been the second trade, I don't recall. One of those trades, I moved the target further out. And it didn't get to that extended target, but it would have had my normal 10-handle target. I gave it for anybody that wanted it, 8.9 with an 88 stop. And stop can probably currently move to 92, anybody that's in it. $23.29 on the net buyers in the NASDAQ now. Slow. And we are frankly flat with a lot of buyers. I would expect this to go to a loss. There's just, again, just like gold, not much momentum in it. You can see the range. Stop is 10 ticks or maybe 18 ticks. Targets are 9 and 23.
Similar content, but focused on the cruise industry.
Let me see what crude looks like. Yeah, I think we're going to trade up to 22 is the stop. I mean, if we could pull back to 71.84, I don't see any sellers though. I see no sellers. Yeah, I mean, who knows what happens at the open, but no sellers at the moment. NASDAQ looks like it's going to pull back to 96, maybe 93 on the open. Any questions, guys, before the markets open? I expect a fairly dull trade after 10:30 this morning. Got an unfinished auction at 22, right at the stop. 21 is where the trailing stop is, but unfinished auction up here. Current candle unfinished auction at 14. You can see the 5-minute range. There's no range. And again, I forewarned you guys this morning on gold and crude. Well, look at the dollar. Dollar's blown up. Yeah, the breakout indicator, which I haven't run much, just caught this nice short on gold. And on copper, the breakout indicator had a huge short on copper at 906. Big short. So at 9:30, Russell will come on and ES, and all the bots are on, guys. We're off, guys. We're off. Come on, crude. Won't even go 9 ticks to the downside. All right, NASDAQ. What do you got for us? Sellers on the open, guys. Sellers on the open. Buying them back. Buying them back. I think I'm going to try a small short on the NASDAQ. I'm waiting. Okay, not yet. Nope. Nope. Buyers now. Nope.
Order filled.
Order filled on what? Got to be the Russell. Yeah, Russell shorted on the
Target filled.
target one filled on the Russell already. Trade one, target one. Go to a smaller time frame on my NASDAQ.
Stop filled.
Out on Russell on the runner. I'm going to try a short on the NASDAQ, guys. 08, 09, somewhere in there.
Order submitted.
Nah, I'm not going to get it.
Order
A
filled.
lot of buyers. This may be a short-lived short. Come on. This may hold here at 02. Pay attention. You may want to take some risk off. You may want to take some risk off. If this area breaks, 1 standard deviations is coming. So if you guys want to take some risk off on the trade, take some risk off. Come on, break it.
Target filled.
Target filled. Free trade. Free trade here, fellas. Free trade. How about a one and done? How about a one and done? Let's see. Let's try to get to 950. 950. My stop's at break even, so 950 is where I'd like to get to. Google's off to the races. Guys, as always, trade the runner as you see fit. We're holding the 20 period moving average. I would like to see us get down to 960, 955. But we're holding the 20 period moving average. If you guys want to take risk off, your prerogative. I'll leave my stop currently at break even. At least like to get to VWAP. It's all sellers, 400 in this candle. comes crude on the bot. Come on, crude. Can't go 9 ticks. Talk about a dead trade. Crude's got to break whatever the heck is holding it here at 95. All right, guys. I think we can get to 55 before we get a bounce. Missed target here by 1 dang tick. There you go, guys. Almost an $800 runner. Come on, NASDAQ, 55. Holding VWAP. Thank you, Jeff. Guys, if you guys are trading, this should be a one and done. If you took the trade and you're running it as I suggested, this should be you got almost $1,000 on the runner. There's our 55. We may bounce here. And again, we may not. $1,200 runner, fellas. Guys, if this isn't a one and done, nothing is. Nothing is. $1,300 runner, $1,400 runner. Well, they're afraid of what Powell might say. Down to 700 net buyers. They're selling them all back, trapping the buyers now. We're holding the confluence of the 50 and the 100. If the 15-minute gets down below 25, we could come test the lows from yesterday. Come on, fail. Fail one more time. Give me sellers. There we go. Nice job, Peter. Down to 700, below 700. I hope somebody's got runners going. Crude came 1 tick from target and is bouncing. It's just slow again. Okay, Marco. Almost 1,600 on the runner, fellas. New 15-minute candle in 4 minutes and 50 seconds. And I think that could be the extension. down to 140 net buyers. Why are you out, dude? Why are you out? I don't see any reason to be out. If we break 14, we come down to 07 pretty quickly. Small buyers coming in. One contract, $1,800. Nice. Nice. Break 14, we see 07. Nice, Marco. Come on, give us 100 points. There's 100 handle trade, fellas. 100 points. We hit 100. We're at 100. Anybody still running NASDAQ? Still running NASDAQ? Thank you, Don. Okay, John. Anybody else? Okay, Deepak. It's going to 0. Where's Chris? 0 it is. I'm hoping we get to yesterday's low. We still have a positive delta, if you can believe it. All we got to do is blow 900 and we come 82. 0, Chris, 0. Okay, guys. You got paid today. We could bounce now back to 42. We could bounce to 42. We could bounce to 42. Nice job, Todd. One and done. All right, guys. I'm going to probably kill the trade here momentarily unless I break back down below that 11 quickly. Nice job, John. All right.
Order filled.
I'm out, fellas. I'm out. I'm out. I don't think it's going to bounce far. It could bounce back to 33, but all right, guys. That was just over. That was just over a $2,000 trade. Okay. Anybody in a hurry to find trades now? Unless you didn't take the trade, unless you thought I was wrong, unless you didn't, if you didn't take the trade, you didn't take the trade. Is there anybody that passed on the trade?
Order filled.
Nothing I can do about your ninja locking up, or you for that matter. Here's trade number 2 on Russell on the bot.
Target filled.
Target filled on Russell. You're welcome, James. And going to be out. All target ones, guys. That's all we're getting. In no way, shape, or form, George. In no way, shape, or form do you get up to go to the bathroom at the opening of the market. I mean, that is just not. I mean, there's first target on crude. First target on the bot on crude. Guys, all first target minutia. Yeah, I understand. I understand. And the ES is short on the bot. ES is short. That's it. It's all we've got. Nothing on the NASDAQ. We're not getting much more, guys, than first target on anything. The volatility or lack thereof stinks. NASDAQ is longs back to 42, it looks like, if anybody wants to try a NASDAQ trade long. Buyers are coming back in. I mean, we got some ticks to play with. Just sit tight. All dink and dunk trades, guys. First targets on, again, FOMC. The bots today have taken, excluding this ES trade, 4 trades with 4 winners, and they're all first target. All right, guys. Hang on. Let me take a look at this NASDAQ. No.
Order filled.
And we got another trade on the Russell. Again, these small little sloppy, choppy ranges. Trade number 3, RTY. These little ranges is why we're getting so many trades. We're just not breaking out anywhere. We missed first target. Hit first target. It didn't fill. Hit it twice and there it is. Another target 1, but that's all we're getting. Let's see if we can get some movement here. Be nice to get a runner. We get to target 2, I will manually move the trail to target 1 and lock in the 20 ticks. NASDAQ, we can probably sell 51 again. I don't know if it gets there, but going to be out in the Russell.
7 to 20 year offering.
Nope. Very limited movement in crude being inventory day. ES is up a couple ticks and doing nothing.
Stop fill.
Out on crude. Out on the crude trade. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. At 10 o'clock, I will probably shut crude off heading into inventories. They're buying the Russell. If I get to 40 ticks on target 2, I'm going to manually move target 1. The auto trail is at break even plus 1. Let me take a look at this NASDAQ. Yeah, I mean, ES is down on the bottom. We're going to need a break below 83 to get to a target. If we break 83, we'll get at least first target. Looks like it's coming down. Just not a lot of movement. You can see there's no volume. Look at the size of the candle, current candle in the ES. Nothing. Now, 1 second, guys. All right, out on RTY, NASDAQ bounce, got my 42 target. Yep, that's fine. ES getting a bounce here. Guys, I'm going to move this. This is a 15-minute chart, so I'm going to move that off the screen. NASDAQ candle close above VWAP. With buyers. It's overnight stop run. You're long NASDAQ, guys. Next target up is 82. 82. Let's take a look at the markets right now. And NASDAQ's up 10 points, 11 points. ES down 6. YM basically flat. Russell up 21. Apple down $3. Facebook up $1.74. Tesla down 44 cents. Climbing back. Roku up down $2. I'm going to take a look at. There's just nothing in big moves. Up 765. Nice, Todd. Nice. We got our candle close above VWAP. That's your long, right? All's quiet on the Western Front, fellas, as they say. 82 is your next target. Maybe 81 NASDAQ. Maybe 81. Nice job, Marco. Nice job, Mark. 1400. Nice job. You gotta love order flow, baby. So I gave you an 82 target. We hit 81.75. Nice job, James. Missed my target by a single tick, guys. One tick. I'll do better. All right. I am going to shut crude bot off. Okay. Why would I do that? Inventory in about 33 minutes. I don't want to be in a trade at inventory. Okay. Crude bot is shut off. I'll turn it back on after 10:30. Everybody clear? See a lot of green, guys.
Exclusively. Governor saying the economic recovery will be heterogeneous globally.
Nice job. 57.93 green. James, I don't know what he did, but the usual 7. James? 5. Nice job. But you caught them both ways. 130 points. It's a $12,000 day. Nice job, guys. Guys, we'll probably slow down, I would think, at this point. So again, to be clear, my crude robot, I've manually shut it off. We are trading into obvious 4-star news. I do not want to be in crude. Bear with me 1 second. I heard target filled. Oh, Russell. Another trade on the Russell. Trade number 4 on the Russell today. All winners. Target 1 only. I already put you in, Isaac. You're in. I did it this morning. You're in. Getting some volume in the Russell now. So we've hit second target. I'm going to move this down to first target, guys. Manually moved it down to first target, right? The auto trail had it at break even +1, but we just don't have any huge range. So I want to keep at least 19 ticks. If it breaks down, super. Then I'll let the auto trail catch up, but I'd like to get that 65 ticks. All right, so we've hit second target on the bot, on the Russell. We've exceeded it. So that's 4 RT. So we've had 6 trades today, guys. All winners. And then we have a 7th on in this ES, which is doing nothing. Just no movement at all. No volume, no movement. Yet. All right, so I'm going to move this manually down. I'm going to lock in 37 ticks. It will probably get taken out quickly. Let me see this Russell. Yeah, if this breaks back below 98.6, we come down to 93, I would think. NASDAQ is just stone cold bid. Here comes third target on the bot on the Russell. This is the first new day high on the NASDAQ. This is the first runner we've had all day on anything. Come on, breakdown, Russell. There we go. All right, so the auto trail is caught up to the trailing stop. Auto trailing stop is caught up to second target. Next candle, it'll move below as soon as this candle closes. There it is. So now we've locked in almost 40 ticks, maybe 45 ticks locked in. 2 more candles will probably be at that third target locked in. ES is trying again to come down. I have no idea, George. I don't know. I mean, just for what it's worth, does it matter? I mean, what would be the reason? Oh, I don't know. Chris, are you trading the RTY robot? He is not. Ray is. Oh, Chris doesn't have Ninja brokerage. He doesn't have a Ninja Trader account. Well, that's one reason not to. Hang on, guys. You know, YM is getting hit pretty good. ES looks like it's trying to break down. We're getting a little bit of volume now in the ES, and the NASDAQ is holding up. One more candle in the auto trail on the Russell will be at target 4 or target 3. If the ES can break this bottom, let me see what, I don't know what's holding it here. Low of the day on the ES is 79.75. We have crude inventory in 15 minutes. I think we're just holding Pam's blue level at 84 for support. There's just not a lot in it, guys, in this ES trade. close of this candle on the Russell if we get one more candle. There it goes. This will drag the stop down to at least third target. Yeah, I mean, I seriously would rather beat myself in the head with a hammer than trade the ES. I mean, I'd like to see us get to 90 anyways, maybe 86. I don't know that we can get there, but it's what I'd like. There it goes. So now the trailing stop, guys, has locked in 65 ticks on the Russell. The bots currently sit up 925 pending the outcome of these two trades. The runner here, which obviously is locked in 300 and change. And then this ES trade, which just is languishing. As you guys can see, I'm in no hurry to put risk on again. There's no reason to do it. Couple $1,000 trade on the NASDAQ on the first trade. I did offer verbally a long. All targets have been hit and now exceeded. So if you guys took that trade, you guys have had a hell of a day. Either way, it's a hell of a day. Hang on, guys. I mean, it's what's going on here, Keith, is just I'm not sure what you're saying. At some point, Leo, what you need to do is reach out to. Are you saying it's not firing trades? Is that what you're saying? It's showing the trade, but it's not executing a trade. Yeah, okay. So there's one box that's not checked in your Ninja, and it's the ATI interface. Guys, as I said, we've believe it or not, we've had more trades than I thought we would today. But when we get this chop and slop like this, the ES is a complete look. Every time frame is down 3, 5, 15, 20 minutes. They're shorts. The ES is just languishing around. That's it, just languishing around. It's, doing nothing. There's no volume. Look at the size of the candles. You had sell volume on that down move. Little bit of volume, little bit of volume. There's nothing. This is just a drift trade. The NASDAQ is kind of propping up the ES. Let it go. You can't. I don't understand what you're asking me, Keith. How do you bypass? Nice job, Todd. What do you mean? How do you bypass the bot's ATM? Oh, turn targets off. Just turn targets off. I showed that in Saturday's education. If you did not watch the video or attend Saturday's education, watch the video. Dude, come on, seriously? You know that's a peeve of mine, right? Guys, it's a peeve of mine when I take especially when I take 2.5 hours out of my Saturday morning to do education and cover all of that stuff. And then guys ask me questions on stuff I've covered. If you guys are trading money, you should know how the bot works. If you turn the exits off, right, make it gray, it will use your ATM, whatever you set, a generic ATM. When it's on is when it overrides your ATM and then will utilize the ATM as designated by the bot based on average true range. Boy, they're selling the bejeepers. This ES is barely moving, guys. Barely moving. The NASDAQ, the Russell is a hell of a trade. Hell of a trade. Locked in almost 10 points on it. But this ES, guys, is just a colossal. Crude inventories in about 7.5 minutes. I'll pay attention to it. Steve, I sincerely hope you're joking with me. I'm waiting for a LOL or a ha ha ha. Well, my man, it's been good knowing you. All right, y'all. You are house money. Got it. Got it. Well, the range still stinks, right? I mean, we're not getting anything for a range here. The range is just terrible. My sense is we're coming down to 72, but we surely aren't on. You know, we've got sellers here. Last three candles, they've sold some back. Gold is just dead ahead of FOMC, guys. Russell bot you can shut off is not taking another trade. I mean, it's possible. I'll leave it on. NASDAQ's done for the day. Here comes that 72. I don't think we're going to blow through that, guys. I think that's an area that we're interested in for the long. If it gets here, we've got the low of the day. We'll see what we get. We got gold up a whopping tick. 2 ticks. Come on, crude. What are you going to do? I like crude long in this area. We do have an unfinished auction, though, down at 56. Is a little unnerving. Doesn't look like anybody is overly concerned about what Powell may have to say. Oh, no. Let's see here. Ninja Tree, nothing. Guys, I'm just looking at some charts here. Come on, gold. 5 ticks to home, guys. But again, much like that ES trade, I'm watching crude. No volume. NASDAQ starting to retreat a little bit. Gold's going to run into the wall at 98, right where our first target is. I don't have a long yet on crude. 71.78. Well, that's fine. You're in the money. I just don't like that unfinished auction down there. Well, I do like that area. And if it holds, it'll trade back up to 72.02. I'm waiting to see. Here's what I'm watching. This dang unfinished auction at 56. What I'm afraid of is that they blow it down, put it in a new day low, get the unfinished auction, and then move. But this is so slow. So I'm waiting to see what we get there. All right, guys, I'm not sitting with this.
Target filled.
I'll sit with one. I would suggest that you guys start shutting bots off. I would, again, we're getting late in the session and we have Powell speaking in a couple hours. But when do we roll? Yeah, I did that today, Eli, and there's no volume in the August in the December contract. It's still in August. Stay in August. I'll check it tomorrow. I would guess by Friday. Tomorrow is Thursday. You're very welcome, man. You're very welcome. Nice job, Paul. Up 242 on micros. Nice job. I still think this gold will get first target. Boy, crude is just quiet today, guys. I don't have a trade. Well, maybe. No. All right. There's gold hit first target. Gold got target one. Okay. Gold got target one. Russell does not look like it's going to turn. It may. It still has 15 minutes to trade. NASDAQ is not going to get a trade today. It's off. It's done. ES will not take another trade. I mean, look at this dog ES. Hang on. And we'll go over it at the end. It went up through stop by 99, 4 ticks, and dropped right back down to 89. The entry was 87.5. It's just floating, guys. ES is just floating today. So here is going to be, unless this Russell turns up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades with 7 winners on the bot. Anybody have anything different? I have 4 Russell trades, 2 gold trades, 1 crude trade, 1 ES trade. And I'm going to go over them at 11 o'clock. And the bots currently, here's where we're at on the bots, guys. Slow. We're up 740 with this one contract on still. Just slow. FOMC, but it's green. I'll be right back, guys. 1 minute. Thank you, John. See you tomorrow. Guys, we're coming up on 11 o'clock. We're not going to get another Russell trade. It's crossed. That's done. ES is done. NASDAQ is done for the day. The only thing on is gold. And it's barely made it to first target. AMD off to the races, fellas. Off to the races. I'm just going to lock in these 11 ticks on gold. Okay. Guys, is there anybody that did not make money today? Is there anybody that didn't make money today? This is the last bot trade of the day, guys. Nothing else will give us a trade. Guys, you want to be on Skype. If you're interested in trading this afternoon, you want to be on Skype. Maybe around 2 o'clock. Okay? NASDAQ should get to, I think we get at least to 128 today. How about my trials? Any questions, guys? And fellas, for the record, actually, I'm a damn Yankee. You guys know what a damn Yankee is? Do you guys know what a damn Yankee is? It's a Yankee that didn't leave. No, it's a Yankee that didn't leave. Don! Guys, I'm going to wrap it up in a couple of minutes here. I'm not going to put any more trades on. We're darn slow here. We may get a little bit of activity, after 1:15. All right, Chris, see you tomorrow. Gary. There may be some position squaring ahead of Powell's conference. All right, Brian. Nice job, Johan. Guys, so everybody got paid today, right? All right, Jeff. All right, fellas, I'm going to go at a couple of minutes. I'm going to go over my bot trades. All right, Keith, made money. That's all I care about, guys. At the end of the day, got 17 tick runner here, guys. This will cap off our day. All right, guys. We're coming up on 11. I'm going to lock that in right there. I'm basically getting ready to close the trade out so I can give you guys totals. I don't know if this will give us 840. No, not going to get me to 1,000 today. The ES was $1,000 loss. Otherwise, it would have. That's the only losing trade. Would have been a great day. Crude is not worth trading. Jeez, AMD is just blowing up. Blowing up. I haven't looked at Google. Not doing a lot. All right, fellas, and I'm going to close this trade out in 30 seconds if it hasn't closed itself. And this will be our day.
Stop filled.
Okay, out. That's it, guys. All right. Let's go over trades and call it a day until FOMC this afternoon. Here's the bot total. Up 920. Up 920 bot total. Okay? Let me go over trades. Let's start with the losing trade. ES took this short and out. That's your losing trade on the ES. Never went more than about 4 ticks in our favor. Let's go over NASDAQ. Took no trades. Here's NASDAQ. No trades on the NASDAQ. There's where we opened, or at least it, would. Missed this short by, a couple of candles, but doesn't matter. No trades. Here is the Russell. Here is your Russell. Russell took 4 trades today. Here is trade number 1. First target. And then a loss, actually, on the trailing. Actually, no, it would have come out at break even plus 1. So first target plus 1 tick. This is trade number 2. First target, break even plus 1. Trade number 3, first target, break even plus 1. And then we got this beautiful trade number 4. So 4 trades on the Russell, all winners. If anybody has anything different, let me know. Here is crude. I took the 1 trade here. First target and break even plus 1. And I shut it off for inventory and did not shut it or turn it back on. I would have told you guys I was turning it back on. I don't like the price action. It's inventory day. I did not turn it back on. So 1 trade. And then here is gold. Gold had 2 trades. Gold's been on since 6 this morning. Nothing early. Trade number 1, first target only. Trade number 2, first target. With my settings, Tom? With my settings? Or your settings? Can't be. I mean, I didn't get, you think my settings. Okay, well, I would suggest that it isn't my settings. I didn't get a trade. Maybe you did. Got both targets. On trade number 2 on what, Marco? Trade number 2 on what? No, they didn't. No, not yet. It got trade number 1. It hasn't gone to second target yet. So for the day, I mean, again, low volatility. We got a lot of first targets. That's okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 winners. 1 loser. And again, our gross was 920. 920. 920. We're now green on the week after a down day on Monday, and the best trading should be tomorrow and Friday. I would think that our volatility picks up very nicely. Anybody have any questions, guys? Any questions whatsoever? Any questions? You're welcome, Marco. Anything, guys? All right, fellas, I will post the video later today on YouTube and Vimeo. I will send it out to my trial members. I appreciate your time this morning, guys. I appreciate all of you sitting through a fairly lethargic trade. I suspect tomorrow and Friday will be better. We had a phenomenal NASDAQ trade to the short side right at the open. Consequently, I was in no hurry to find more trades. We made a couple of grand on that trade. And, in this market, more is not always better. I will see you guys tomorrow, 8 a.m. Be blessed. If anybody needs me between here and 2 o'clock when I'm on Skype, email me.